Okay, hello YouTubers. Welcome to a late night edition of me ranting about nonsense. And this video is dedicated to Josette54, who has kindly pointed out some facts to me that she's been there. She's been a good little supporter as well, and left me a comment, and then just mentioned as a side note, just don't get boring. So I thought, okay, well, I can tell you a story from my past, my recent past, that isn't so boring, and well, it's not to me, it might be to you. But if you're your average, white collar worker that goes out and actually they're probably the worst of all, doing all that coke and stuff. Okay. Okay. So here's my story very quickly. One night I was at the train station, Central Station in Sydney, and I thought I gotta get my train home. I just bought some drugs and I wanted to go home and take them. I used to even take drugs on the train. At one stage I was shooting up heroin on the train before they brought those kind of security guards in that wander up and down. Yeah, I used to be able to shoot up heroin on the train. Jeez, aren't I special? Okay, but anyway, I got off at Central Station coming home from Cabramatta, and I looked up at the train board. It said my train wasn't due for 8 minutes, so I thought, okay, well, I need to make a phone call, and there's no phone on this platform, but there's one on the adjacent platform, so I'll go and I'll make a call on that. So I walked to the end of the platform, down the stairs, under the thing, up the stairs, across to the platform, to the phone, and just as I get to the phone, the train comes. 8 minutes early. 7 minutes early by that stage. And I thought, fuck, I'm gonna miss that train now unless I jump over the tracks. So what I did was I jumped down onto the tracks, I ran across, and I jumped back up onto my platform. Now, for some silly reason, the people at the train station thought I was trying to kill myself. And this was very inconvenient for me because they wouldn't let me go. One of the guards was grabbing my arm. I said, look, just don't touch me. You can't touch me. Anyway, so he let go of me and I tried to run away. So then he touched me again and didn't let go this time until the police got there. Now, when the police got there, they were obliged to arrest me. Well, no, not to arrest me. They were obliged to take me to the psych unit because they thought I was suicidal, which I wasn't. I was just simply trying to catch my train. And they handcuffed me, hands behind my back. I was shitting myself because I had 2 grams of heroin in my Dax, and I had a bunch of needles stuffed in my waistband, just in my back. And luckily they handcuffed me with my hands behind my back because they were walking me up the stairs up to the street where we could get in the paddy wagon, and take the nice ride to the psychiatric unit. And as we walked up these steps, I kind of fell behind a step, and I kind of reached in and I dropped all these needles on the steps, got rid of all the visible evidence. And fuck, surprisingly, they didn't notice. So I got away with that. And, they don't strip search you at psychiatric units, so I still had my 2 grams of heroin when I got home anyway. So I was a lucky boy that night. But, then the police took me to the psychiatric ward. Oh, man, I don't know where it is. It's in the city somewhere. I don't know, I can't tell you. My memories from that night are very vague. Anyway, so I was at this psychiatric unit, and this is a full-on one. Like, when they were leading me in, I was looking into the cells. They have fucking padded cells, that's no shit. That's not like a room, made up by the Simpsons or something, but, like, yeah, they had padded cells, and I was like, fuck. what the hell am I doing here? I just wanted to catch a train. Anyway, you're not allowed to leave those places until you get interviewed by 2 separate psychiatrists. They won't take the chance of one person's opinion. One psychiatrist isn't good enough. And I agree, I think psychiatrists are fucked. They have way too much power. They have power to hold you for as long as they like. But I won't get into that because that's what my Scientologist, my ex-landlord told me. He was a Scientologist and a freak, but a lovely guy, mind you, and I had some good chats with him. He tried to help me out, but he tried to help me out by taking me to a detox where there's no medical facilities, not even a nurse, and I declined. So he stopped helping me after that, but he was still kind. Anyway, I was in the psychiatric unit getting assessed, and it took 2 hours for these 2 psychiatrists to come and chat to me. And I was in a right mind at the time, I thought. I might have been on a few pills and a bit of smack, but I was like, could speak like a normal person. Then I called my friends. Well, not my friend. Well, my friend's daughter. My friend, she's actually 55 or something now. Wonderful woman. One of my best mates, actually. Seriously, I only started, rekindling the friendship recently. And I called her daughter because her daughter's boyfriend drove a little combi van, and so they came to pick me up from the psychiatric ward. And on the way home, I asked if we could stop by the medical centre. And as we did, they did it for me because they were all lovely people. And I went in there, and there were no doctors there. 24-hour medical centre. There was no doctors there, but the doors were open and there was a cleaner there. That was it. One cleaner vacuuming. And I thought, well, I'll walk in the opposite direction to the sound of the vacuum cleaner and kind of scope out the place, see if there are any doctors, and if there aren't, see if I can get into their rooms and steal some scripts so I can write out my own. This was a few years back before they had to print out the scripts. So I went in, and then there's a little medical room where, if you have an emergency where, you need to get stitched up or something, they've got the bed and stuff like that. And I went in there and I found a tiny little cachet of drugs that were perfect for a drug addict. It was liquid diazepam, which is basically Valium, but in liquid form, and you can shoot it up, and maybe I wasn't quite in my right mind at the time, because not only did I take that, but I took a Medicare card and a few Band-Aids. That I don't understand. But I've done a lot of things I don't understand when I'm on those kind of pills, such as post videos on YouTube. Alright, so we're driving home. I dropped into the medical center, I ran in, I stole some stuff, and then I drove away. Now, somehow I got home and I shot it up. That was good. Okay. Then somehow the police caught up with me. I think the vacuum lady, the cleaner, caught a glimpse of me. But then again, they probably had CCTV cameras in there as well. And I was well known to the Chatswood police. Actually, while I'm speaking of the Chatswood police, shout out to Kieran, the only good cop I've ever met, lovely lady. And then, once we got home, see, this is where my mind gets fuzzy, because I know I went back twice in one night. And the second time I went back, this is going for 8.5 minutes. Fuck, you must be bored as hell. The second time I went back, this is a depressing story, isn't it? You don't want to hear this shit.